Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning, as I was reading through Proverbs 19, so many of the verses have jumped at me so many times, and I thought, what do I share today? And as I was sitting here thinking, I was also thinking about some of the things that have happened in my past. Looking back through my memories on Facebook, I see that I've posted things about my faith on different occasions throughout the years here on this date. And as I was looking at it, I was thinking about all the ways that I've changed. And in the beginning of change, I sought change in my life by getting other people to control me. And I thought that was the best way. So, for example, if I had a problem with overeating, I would have somebody else that was in charge of, and I didn't, I'm just using this as an example, but I would have had somebody that was in charge of the key for the refrigerator. I would have locked the refrigerator up, right? And the only time I could have gotten the refrigerator was if somebody had a key. I would have somebody checking in on me. Electronic devices, I would have them lock them out or control the cord or whatever. That way I couldn't accidentally get into it, right? And the reality was, it wasn't until I started to really take responsibility for myself and recognize that, no, I don't have power in myself to be able to handle that temptation. It wasn't somebody else's responsibility for me, and it wasn't their fault when I failed. And so finding the ability to, in spite of not being able to, live into life the way it should be. Proverbs 19 verse 8 says, "The one who acquires good sense loves himself. The one who safeguards understanding finds success." We know that maybe you can't go to somebody's house because you know you'll end up drinking there. Well, it's not your wife's responsibility to tell you not to go. It's your responsibility when you pull into the driveway to say, "I can't be here," and leave. Because the reality is, if you're relying on others to do the work for you, you're always going to fail, because they're human too, and they've got their own struggles. They can't be your conscience. You have to start asking God to be a greater presence in your life, a greater conscience, a louder conscience, yelling at you, "What are you doing?" You have to be willing to be uncomfortable in those situations. So uncomfortable you need to walk away. See, here's the problem. Every time it gets uncomfortable, you don't walk away, you walk into whatever it is to numb the pain. And so I would say this today. While it's helpful to have others beside you, they can't do your work for you. And it's going to come down to decisions that you have to make. Yes, they're going to make hard decisions. Maybe you go to jail and they say, "No, we're not bailing you out," right? And you come up with all the solutions in the world while you're there of how they could get the money. And they say, "No, we're not bailing you out." And then you get to deal with everything that you had in front of you instead of hiding from it the whole time. Maybe it's, the fact that you don't want money in your pocket because you know that if you have money in your pocket, it's dangerous. That's smart. It really is. So how do you handle that? Well, you've got to come up with a plan that you're responsible for, not somebody else is responsible for. Because if somebody else is responsible for it, then you don't have to take the blame. And that's the reason we do that. We much prefer to be a captive in a situation like that, so that when we fail, we can blame somebody else. And then we can say, "Well, see, even they couldn't help me do it." And it's a dangerous place to be. So today, as you're going through your day and that next struggle comes, which it will, ask God to convict you. Convict you of what it is that you should do and what it is you shouldn't do. And then do your best to live into that. Because it will be critical that you do that. It's no one else's responsibility to be your Holy Spirit. It's your responsibility to listen to the one that's in you. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget this one thing. Brotherhood doesn't mean that you control others or others control you. It means that you let the Holy Spirit speak deeply into you and you take control of your life. Have a great day and God bless.